Frozen peas, frozen spinach, frozen mixed vegetables. Is there anything worse than seeing this lifeless, boiled up the wazoo veggie gravel on your plate? But they can be cheaper. For example, a 350-gram bag of frozen spinach is $3.90. Its non-cryo brother, a bag of 325 grams, is $7.29.
Okay, but they're not as good for you as fresh veggies, right?
Frozen vegetables are a tremendous replacement for, say, when fresh vegetables are hideously expensive. By and large, they're every bit as nutritious, in some cases even more nutritious.
Obviously, there are huge questions around the economy and society and why some people are barely getting by. Eating frozen veggies is not going to change that, but maybe with a little bit of creativity, we can get through this week and the next without the horror. Dun, dun, dun. Well, here to help us make those horrible frozen veggies into something beautiful and magical is Charlotte Muru Lanning. Charlotte, you wrote a really great piece for the spin-off about what we can do with these things. What is it that you love about frozen veggies?
Honestly, I think what I really love about them is often when we're talking about food and the cost of living crisis, we get all these suggestions about food that we should be picking up when we're going and doing our groceries that saves us money. But with frozen veggies, they're cheaper, but you're not actually having to forego things like convenience or taste or nutrition. They're just really great and a really handy thing to have in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've got some frozen spinach in my freezer. I'm afraid to use it because last time I did it just kind of went bleh everywhere and it's kind of gross. Have you got an idea for a great recipe so I can use my frozen spinach?
My favourite thing to do with it is to put it into a Spanish tortilla, which is essentially like in a pan, some sliced potato. Fry that and then mix your spinach into an egg mix with like,
yum.
You know, like you could put some spices in or onion and then cook that. I think that's the best.
Some veggies are like made to be frozen, peas and probably spinach and maybe even corn, but do you use things like frozen broccoli or frozen cauliflower?
I think that both of them work really well in a soup instead of what you'd ordinarily put in a soup. And I also really love to roast them because frozen veggies tend to lose a lot of texture. And so when you roast them, I think that you kind of get a bit of that crispiness back.
Okay, let's get wild, Charlotte. Are there any frozen veggies out there that we haven't really thought of as much that you want to give a shout out to?
Broad beans are great. You can just make a really hearty salad with them, or you can make a dip. You can make a really nice dip if you kind of blitz them up with feta, ricotta, all sorts. Whatever you've got in the fridge that kind of seems like it should go into a dip, chuck it in with some broad beans and it's delicious.
Oh, Charlotte, heaps of ideas. I'm hungry. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Kia ora, welcome to Project. Look, Jackie Brown is here tonight.
Great to be here.
Nice to see you.
You know what I think? The problem is, the reason why we haven't been using frozen veg as much is those horrible little bags of mixed frozen veg with the little bit, you know, they are so evil and they just look, it's like, no, I don't want frozen vegetables in my life because of them.
They've given every other frozen vegetable a bad reputation.
They absolutely have.
I'll go frozen peas any day of the week, no problem.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Microwave, Glad wrap, boom.
Put them in your bath.
Oh, yeah, in the bath, anywhere.
Yeah.
But I saw you screw your nose up when she said broad beans.
Yeah, absolutely, they're a punishment.
Yeah. Well, look, we actually, before the show, organised a broad bean dip with a little bit of feta in it and some other yummy things. So, what would you like to maybe have a go at this and tell us what you think?
You know I would. You know I'm adventurous with my food.
Yeah.
I'll only do it because I get a free chip.
Yeah. Tell us what you reckon.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I think because they put enough other stuff in there. You can't tell. No, that's nice. Got a bit of tang to it. It's lovely.
Yeah.